Let's go to Hesham Alghannam. He is a non-resident scholar with the Malcolm H. Keir Carnegie Middle East Center. Good afternoon to you, first of all. Thank you so much for joining us, because we've seen almost two sides of Saudi Arabia this week. It was coordinating military action with Washington in Iraq. At the same time, it deployed a delegation of top officials to the White House to urge President Trump to de-escalate. Why is the kingdom walking this tightrope, and what is their position here?
Glad to be here. Thank you. Frankly, and taking everything that happened last week into account, and as you alluded to, I believe that the Saudis are navigating something that is genuinely very difficult. The whole situation is very delicate. So hitting back at Iranian proxies in Iraq, and also building a maritime coalition for the Red Sea, and also backing up Arab states under attack. All of these at the same time, while also keeping an open and a very active channel with Tehran. I think this is extremely challenging. But I sincerely think that the choice to strike Iraq while staying out of the wider conflict, if I may call it, is a very complicated choice for the Saudis, to say the least, but also a very necessary and a sophisticated choice for them. And I have to say that we're witnessing now, in my view, a significant and a qualitative change from how the kingdom has handled these situations in the past. I mean, when it comes to Iraq, for instance, for years now, Saudi absorbed attacks. It relied on diplomatic measures mainly. But I think that this approach, I mean, the soft handling, have definitely reached its limits.
And when you say it's definitely reached its limits, what do you mean by that? Because Saudi Arabia says it wants de-escalation, but as you said there is a point where it cannot afford to appear vulnerable to Iran's proxies. Have we reached that threshold where we're going to see Saudi Arabia more militarily involved in this conflict, or does it continue to want to bring down the temperature?
Well, Salma, and of course, this Saudi evolving approach comes with real risk. The clearest and biggest in my mind is entering a cycle of strikes and counter-strikes that could pull the region into a worse situation than the current status quo. But I have to say, this is exactly why the Saudi response, was carefully measured. It was precise, focused strikes on specific armed group sites, directly linked to the attacks on the Saudi oil installations and facilities. So there is no intent for escalation, but also, in my opinion, the Saudis will not hesitate to act if attacked again. So targeted, limited, and as they say, by the book. Not an open door to wider conflict. This is not something that the Saudis want to engage with at all, and at the current moment. But I believe also that...
And you describe this, I'm sorry to interrupt here, because you're describing this as limited and targeted. But Saudi Arabia is also facing threats from multiple fronts. I have to ask you about the Houthis, who are now threatening Saudi Arabian energy facilities, specifically Abqaq, which is the world's largest crude oil processing facility. How does the kingdom respond to multiple threats on multiple sides here?
The same is applicable to the Houthis. So the joint strikes in Iraq, I think it will send a clear message. The kingdom will respond to attacks coming from anywhere in the region. For instance, in Iraq, we know that at least 4 non-Iraqi, specifically Iranian military advisors, were killed alongside the militia fighters. So this wasn't a message to the proxies alone, whether it's the Houthis or the PMF in Iraq. I think it was a message to Tehran also. Both the militias and their supporters and backers are now on high alert, definitely. But beyond the tactical, when it comes to the strategic dimension, what I think is Saudi Arabia is building points to something bigger. And I would say a regional security order that does not depend only on any single outside power to hold it together. So we have the Red Sea coalition, the legal record being built, the economic infrastructure, reducing dependency on contested waterways. These, in my view, are all steps or an attempt toward a gradual shift at the current moment, from the model that defined the region for the past, Salma, for 3 decades, where security was a business left to exclusively external powers to provide. Of course, the danger and that shift is that building a new security order takes time in this boiling region.
Hesham Alghannam there on how Saudi Arabia is walking a tightrope and trying to build a new security infrastructure amid a conflict. Thank you so much.